Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Firdaus here talking to you about the pinnacle of motorsport, Formula 1. Obviously, well, looking back into the 2021 season that has just ended for quite some time now, just three words that could possibly sum it up: crazy, tight, and controversial. Even up to this point in time, I'm still not over the hell of a roller coaster that we've just witnessed last year. Can't believe that was a year ago. Wow. Now, we're gonna move on to the 2022 season, our present year. Huge regulation changes are gonna take place, and we're gonna get to see a totally revamped car design. And I'm excited about that. Looks futuristic, at least. If I'm not mistaken, it's a bit slower than the current car that we have, and it's a little bit smaller. Smaller is good. I love small cars. Yep, surely there's gonna be a lot of exciting stuff in store for us this year, but what could some of those exciting stuff be this season? So in this video, I'm gonna be explaining and just stating my predictions of what could possibly go on this season. Some of the things, the exciting stuff that could happen in 2022 of Formula 1. Well, before we begin, don't forget to give our channel a sub and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any of our future uploads. Starting off the list with my very first bold prediction, which is no Formula 1 team will end the season pointless. Yes, you heard that right. No team will be pointless. Not literally pointless, I mean pointless as in the point system in F1. Every team will score points. I believe in these new aero regulation changes. I believe in them, that the aim is to promote closer racing, tighter racing, and I believe with that in place, all teams will score points. It's really not weird why I would say that, though I do think that's bold, because with the aero changes in place, I believe that this will give a fresh restart and supposedly a level playing field. Though we all know that's not gonna be 100% true, as some teams will be financially better off than some others. Wink wink, Ferrari, of course, you know, Ferrari. They're the big bucks of Formula 1, but still they haven't won a championship to date since 2007. Yeah, despite the money they have. That's weird. Though, why I'm saying this, despite there's gonna be a cost cap and all that stuff, of course, there's gonna be costing loopholes here and there where Ferrari could spend more on and develop their car even more. But all in all, I believe we'll have a closer racing as promised by F1's new regulation changes that will provide us with all of the F1 teams participating in 2022 being able to achieve points, to have point finishes at least once this season. Well, however, of course, there's still going to be a team that's going to finish last. And this relates to my second bold prediction. That is, Alfa Romeo will finish last in the standings. Dum dum dum. This sounds weird, hella weird. However, one team will still indefinitely finish in last place. Why Alfa Romeo, you ask? Well, since this is a bold prediction, I'm brave enough to say that this might just happen. But I'm not just stating this without any reasoning. I'm not just blurting this out. Firstly, it's clear that the Swiss-based team, yeah, Alfa Romeo is Swiss-based because their HQ is in Switzerland, which was once Sauber's. That's a long story, but they're actually Italian. Coming back to what I'm talking about, Alfa Romeo is heading into a new era of Formula 1 with totally new drivers. Technically, not really new. Bottas is an old driver, but he's new to the team. He's new to the Ferrari engine. He's an alien to them, basically, even though he's an experienced one. He's basically lived and breathed Mercedes engine, and it's gonna be weird for him, and it's gonna take some time for him to adjust into the Ferrari power unit and the Ferrari environment, basically. And adding on to this is the fact that Alfa Romeo has a rookie, which is none other than the Chinese driver Guan Yu Zhou, and that's gonna take a toll on the team, I believe, because this is gonna be tough for them handling two new drivers, technically, essentially meaning that the team, yes, will have a tougher season as compared to others, which are mostly bringing in experienced drivers, or basically the majority of the grid is just staying with their drivers. Only a few of them are changing up drivers, like Mercedes, who are taking in George Russell, and Williams, that are taking Alex Albon. And that's it, I believe. Yup, that's it. Well, speaking about Alex Albon, this goes on to my third prediction. That is, Alex Albon will win a Grand Prix. Okay, hear me up, listen up. This isn't going to be the same kind of prediction that I made about Yuki Tsunoda in 2021, that he's going to win a Grand Prix. It was too bold of me. But yeah, it's called a bold prediction for a reason. And for this season, I believe Albon will win a Grand Prix, because I'm not just being biased because he's Asian, because he's the only ASEAN driver. No, not ASEAN driver. I'm not biased because he's the only ASEAN Formula 1 driver. He's Thai, I'm Malaysian. Not solely because of that, but I believe that he's experienced enough, you know? Because we've witnessed how Gasly redeemed himself with a win in Monza, and he's been through a lot. Albon has been through a lot. I think I'm on the Albon hype train, and I believe that Albon could surpass Gasly. He could win a Grand Prix, but I just don't know where. Of course, it's not going to be in Thailand because there's no racing there. I don't know. Singapore maybe? That'd be cool if he won in Singapore, but yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a feat if he's gonna achieve that. He's gonna have to get on pole, but we don't know if there's gonna be a Singapore Grand Prix this season, eh? Yup, I believe in Williams as well to help Albon achieve that win, because we've witnessed how Williams have put on a show in Spa through that wet qualifying last season where George Russell almost got pole, but yeah, for a Williams to get P2 in qualifying, that's amazing. I know people are gonna say it's because of George, he's the driver, he's on the wheel, he's behind the wheel and stuff, but even if he was behind the wheel, who were the wheel makers? Not Pirelli, okay? Not literally the wheel makers, I mean the car maker. It was Williams. George couldn't have done it without the developments that Williams have done, you know? And wow, it's just amazing to see Williams grow so much these past few years after their downfall. And I believe Albon paired with Latifi, they'll be good. Williams are gonna be great again with Alex on board, but yeah, hell, even Latifi scored points. That must mean a lot for Williams. They've developed so much, and I just believe 2022 Alex Albon will win a Grand Prix. Yep. Another point that should be stated is the fact that Williams are using Mercedes power unit, a Mercedes engine, and that is one hell of a beast engine in the hybrid era, especially with the 2022 engine freeze being in place. So basically Mercedes still are dominant in the engine aspect of things, and I believe with the Mercedes engine in Williams, Albon can get the win. When looking back in 2008, McLaren were using Mercedes engines, which were dominant. It caused Lewis to win his first title with a Mercedes engine in a McLaren. But still, in 2009, a Mercedes engine won. So I believe Mercedes engine could win a title again in this new era of Formula 1 because of that engine freeze. And yeah, speaking of bronze dominance in 2009, this relates to my fourth prediction. That is, there will be one dominant team that is none other than the prancing horses themselves, Ferrari. Forza Ferrari. When I say dominant, I mean Constructors Champions in 2022. Yup, I'm jumping on the bandwagon with all of the hype with Ferrari. Although I think most of it is baseless. But yeah, we don't know. We don't have the details of what Ferrari are capable of. But we know they have money. Money, ching ching. They have money, they have influence. Yeah, they can do a lot. Okay, with these new regulations, it's gonna change 360. However, I'm not too sure about the power unit. However, there has been this Autosport news report that states that Ferrari are taking a more open-minded approach for their 2022 car. Open-minded, says Binotto. I don't know. Well, these claims could actually be really good or just really bad. And he continues to state that they've been focusing specifically towards their ICE or internal combustion engine and yeah, chassis, but parts where you can't really see, or probably there's no developments for the chassis, but he's just trying to make the Tifosi feel like Ferrari are gonna dominate, but it's there, but it's not there. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there is. development under that chassis that can't be seen, interestingly. But the thing with Ferrari is that I'm not only stating this prediction based on that news report, but also the fact that I believe with the new aerodynamics regulations where lower finishing teams can spend more time in the wind tunnel for testing, aerodynamics testing, well, this season is basically solely focusing on aerodynamics, and it's going to be so important for Ferrari to get the most out of their wind tunnel times. It's important for the car, and luckily for Ferrari, they finished P3 last season. They have got an advantage against both Mercedes and Red Bull. 5% advantage against Red Bull and 10% advantage of more time in the wind tunnel and CFD, computer fluid dynamics, yeah, all of the aero stuff. So that's good. It looks bright for Ferrari. And basically this puts Ferrari in a prime position to reclaim their title once again. And when I say again, the last time it was clinched by Ferrari was in 2007. It was so long ago. Please, Ferrari, you gotta win this. It's Tifosi, you know. And even I'm not really a Ferrari fan, but it'd be awesome to see Ferrari win again, you know. I miss those days. However, despite me stating that Ferrari will overall be dominant, that is not going to mean an easy W for them, as my fifth prediction is that there will be a three-way title fight. Between who, you ask? Well, of course, the two Ferrari drivers, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, and also the third driver who's going to enter this three-way title fight, none other than Lando Norris. You guys must be weird. Why Lando? Wait, what? Am I some kind of fangirl or fanboy? Well, no, I'm not. I'm not a fangirl of a boy who's like so sad because Lando Norris just got a girlfriend. Like, I don't have hope to date him. Like, did you even have hope to date him before? Like, were you his friend? Are you WhatsApping with him all this time? Seriously? Wow. Okay. But yeah, that was just all the madness of those F1 fangirls. I'm not discriminating women, but yeah, some of them are just too extreme. Like, those are celebrities. Yeah, you can say they're celebrities, they're athletes. They can do whatever they want. They're humans. They're not yours to control. They're humans. They can do whatever they want. Date anybody they want. Okay, getting back into the fifth prediction. I'm stating this because not only because I believe that Norris will be in between the fight between Leclerc and Sainz, you know, because I said Ferrari are going to be dominant, but also because I feel that somehow Leclerc and Sainz relationship is going to get even more intense in the future. It's going to be crazy this season, of course. If my fourth prediction were to come to reality and Ferrari are going to be dominant, then I'm sad, but it's going to be epic. Leclerc and Carlos Sainz will be on each other's throats, and I believe their relationship will change 360 and be somehow like how Lewis and Nico's relationship were back in 2014 when Mercedes dominance started, where prior in 2013 they were really friendly with each other, but when Mercedes dominance started, they basically didn't even talk to each other. They hid information from one another. They were cutting each other's throats and really competitive. Of course, you want to win the title. You can't give the title to your teammate like that. You gotta compete. You're really competitive at that point in time. And because of that, I believe that Ferrari could see a lot of crashes between them, you know? I believe we'll see quite a lot of crashes between both Sainz and Leclerc, just like what we saw in 2016. And this is gonna give the opportunity for Norris to join in the fight and, you know, take opportunities from it. This is where Norris comes into play, as one shouldn't forget that McLaren could also possibly have a great performing car. Like I've said, the Mercedes power unit, the Mercedes engine. Yep, McLaren are using Mercedes engine as well. Mercedes engine is a beast, especially with the engine freeze in place this season. Definitely, McLaren are gonna have that advantage, but you guys must be weirded by the fact that why I'm not stating this Woking based team to be dominant. No offense, but I feel like Ferrari's driver pairing is perfect. Like, they're so equal to one another. They feel like one, and like they're so equal to one another that I believe they can bring the team forward together. Unlike McLaren, so far at least, it's mostly been Norris. But I know, okay, people will argue that Ricciardo has won a Grand Prix, but overall throughout the season, he had a rough start, but then only he got back on his feet and got quite a good half season towards the end. He got one win. That's cool. But yeah, that's it with McLaren. That's why I didn't say that they were going to be dominant. But I believe with Norris, who's hungry for redemption after losing the win in Russia of 2021, boy, is he hungry for victory and probably for the World Championship. I believe he's got it. He's had 3 years of experience in Formula 1 since 2019, 2020, 2021. And this year is going to be his 4th season. He could prove it. He could probably bring back that championship, the Drivers' Championship at least, to McLaren. And that'd be cool. Speaking of championship, my 6th and last bold prediction is that Lando Norris will win a World Championship. Yeah, hell yeah. The thumbnail that I just put was not a clickbait after all. Yep, this truly is my personal opinion. I know not a lot of other YouTubers, F1 content creators, a lot of them are saying Ferrari will win, Leclerc will win, and Sainz will win, but I'm going a different direction. It's probably just me, I don't know. I didn't take divination class, if you know Harry Potter. Probably Professor Trelawney could know who the 2022 World Champion will be. But yeah, I believe the trophy, the championship will come back home, because last season it went Dutch. It didn't go back home for the 8th time, but that's okay. This season, I believe it'll come back home, though with a different driver perhaps. As I've stated before, McLaren could also be a competitive car and bring Lando to championship winning ways. Lando 2022 Formula 1 World Champion. Who knows? This might come to reality. After all of these bold predictions, like I've stated, these are all just predictions. So what do you guys think of my predictions for this season? Do you agree or disagree? Or do you agree to disagree? Just comment down below what you guys think of my opinions and give your boldest prediction down below. And thanks for watching, guys. And not to forget, gals as well, give our channel a sub, and bye-bye.
Entertainment.